Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
You were just chatting away, weren't you, little lady?
I was.
Hey, y'all. Welcome, welcome. I see the people coming in. I'm excited. Get excited, as they say. Just calm down.
It's still not right.
What, 5 minutes ain't up?
It was. It tells you.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll worry about that later. Welcome, y'all. It is Or Not Podcast, the return, as they say. I think this is like our second return, to be very quite honest. I think we've returned before.
Oh, yeah. You have to return as long as
Yeah,
you're returning.
as long as we're returning, this is correct. So for those that don't know, if you're just joining and you don't know who the heck we are, and we're streaming somewhere on Facebook or somewhere on YouTube, we are your absolute two favorite sisters in the whole wide world. You didn't know it until after this show. My name is Tasha, and I am her big sister. That's my favorite title in the world. And I'll let you introduce yourself. I'm not going to do that.
Well, I'm just Danielle, just her little sister. Here we are, back at it again. Real sisters, real stories. We actually are sisters, so
we have the same parents.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mom and dad.
Yeah, fully.
Grandparents and cousins. So before we get started, I don't know if it's like we have like a fully produced show today, which I'm not used to. It's very thorough, so shout out to my sister. But before we get started, if you are near your computer, please go and share and send it on to somebody. Send the link to your home girl or your homeboy. Send it to your mama. Send it. And if you live in the same house with us, you should still be sending it. Everybody that's watching need to be sending this.
Yes.
My PSA.
While you do that, grab your wine, your water, whatever, your sparkling water, and get snuggly and cuddly. Get on the couch and watch.
Yep.
Hey,
she too.
We missed you too.
Yes, we are back. Hello. Before we get started, now for our newbies who don't know who we are and the people who do, we absolutely miss our siblings. Y'all are our siblings as well, because we are real sisters. So we are adopting a few siblings for today and on Tuesdays. And we'll be back every other Tuesday. So mark your calendars every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. unless it's a holiday, because we don't do holidays. So, all right, Danielle, you got the agenda. What's good?
So basically, first of all, since we've come back, I feel like we look a little different. My hair's longer, and you're looking a little slimmer. So let's go into some health and wellness first. This is a topic that Tasha and I talk about very often, because I'm always trying to find a way to lose more weight on the easiest way to do it. And the most effective, easiest way. So I wanted to go into our personal health journeys really quick and just kind of tap into where we are now, what's worked for both of us, because two different things have worked for us. So, there's different ways you can lose weight or be healthy. And Tasha, do you want to start?
Sure. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I mean, this is kind of, you have like a new win. So
oh, I do. So I'll go back from the beginning. So of course, y'all already know I'm your fitness girl, and so you would imagine that it's pretty easy for me to do all the things and to stay in shape. But recently, I think I got a little comfortable. I have a significant other. So with that, I would think they say that when you have a significant other, sometimes you can either get really in shape or you just get real comfortable because it don't matter no more, right? So I think I kind of fell into that a little bit. And I don't know, I think I just we ate good, went to all different types of restaurants, and I gained some pounds, even though I am your fitness trainer, your yoga instructor, all the things. And then I had like a wake up call, and it wasn't a bad one. It was just one of those things where I realized like things just didn't fit the same way anymore. And I just decided to pull back on a lot of different things that I was doing. No more eating out. getting back into the things that I love the most, running and walking, and then incorporating weights. So I did all of that. And since I think July or mid-July to August, I've lost 17 pounds. Yeah, well, but it's nothing like your numbers. So your numbers were extreme, but that was just from me getting back on track and saying like, okay, this is what you need. And the thing about it is, people, we just got to watch what we put in our body. So I think I just really decided like, what am I? She went black, y'all. I don't know where she went. It's okay. But I just didn't know. I didn't know that I was putting all these bad things in my body, and I decided to cut out processed food. So I cut out processed food, and I did a little bit more cooking in the kitchen, which was not necessarily something I had time for, but it definitely paid off in the long run. So that is my story.
Okay. So for me, I think I lost a total of 80 pounds. I think I've gained probably 10 of those back. So right now I'm at like 70. And I think my weight loss was so drastic because I was so heavy. So I'll just put it out there. I was like 230. I didn't probably look like it. But I was. And then I was trying to find videos to repost, and I look like it to me. I was a chubby wubby, as I say, which it was fine. It would have been fine if I was comfortable like that, but I wasn't. And so
even if it was healthy, right?
Yeah, even if it was healthy, I didn't feel good in my own body. I felt very like tight, and just like, even though my clothes were fitting, I bought new clothes to fit this new body. And what I did was primarily walk, drink water, but specifically lemon water. And I just got really heavy into Peloton, my Peloton bike specifically. And I also stopped doing some of the things that were taking up a lot of my time, which was volunteering at church. I was on the staff, I was doing all the things, and I had no time for anything. I didn't even have time for God either, which is a whole nother story. And so I just was like, well, we're gonna quit and we're gonna go all in. And the best thing that could have ever happened was doing that. But I still have the struggle today to like get back on the bike. I haven't been back on the bike, eating healthier, not buying Chick-fil-A, finding ways to cook that I'm not just cooking chicken and rice. I hate that meal. I hate that meal. That's everyone's meal prep.
That's everyone's go-to meal prep. You ever go on Instagram and everybody got that meal prep? It's always rice and chicken and some type of grain. Do y'all eat that 5 days a week?
Yes.
I just can't do that. That's not for me.
Yeah. It's for a lot of people around here. It's for a lot of people at this residence. But it's not for me. I prefer, dishes like spaghetti.
Are you one of those chicken nugget girls?
I like a chicken nugget. I'll even, in a few years ago, I was even buying the Dino nuggets.
No, I heard they're better.
Veggie protein. It's a veggie nugget.
Oh, was it shaped like a dino?
Yes. I know that's very childish, but
I want to backtrack a little bit. You said something about your weight loss. Dang, I'm really bad at that. Like backtrack. I'm really bad at that, y'all.
Or just remembering in general.
Just in general. Oh no, I know what it was. Brunches. That's what I cut back. Things I cut back. I cut back on going out with the homies.
And drinking.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Brunch means mimosa. Brunch means shots, breakfast shots. Yeah. Brunch means very large brunch-like items.
Yeah, and you aren't
my pockets too.
Social, like social leads to food all the time. Because I love food.
But if you ever notice, like that's what we do as a culture. So, like if it's your birthday, it's like it's Danielle's birthday.
Yeah.
We got to go out to eat.
And I have separate groups of friends. So my friends don't mingle. I don't know. I just never did that. But so that means I have multiple birthday dinners.
Same here. I have separate groups of friend groups. And I was brunching my tail off last year. When I go back and look and Facebook is like, this is what you did last week. I'm like, whoo. But I also, even down to like, I went to Houston in February. A testament. I wore what I don't care, but what I wore to Houston in February, I wore it to homecoming this Saturday.
Oh, what? That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but what I wore to Houston on, you get what I'm saying? I was swimming in it on Saturday because I had lost so much weight, but I thought about all that I ate in February and my diet just looks so much different. So, but go ahead and continue. I apologize.
Okay, no. Well, we talked about what worked for both of us, and do you have any mental health tips for the people?
Yes, I do. So, hola, y'all. Come on in, everybody. So in terms of mental health tips, I wanted to kind of touch on that a bit because we're kind of in a weird in-between stage where like seasonal depression is going to kick in soon. It's going to get cold. So for mental health tips, I recommend walking, exercising, reading a book, finding something that you love to do and kind of keep into it. So even if it's like, I hate to say it, but if it's like if it's like an hour of one of those Real Housewives shows that I don't watch, if that's like your guilty pleasure, well, I don't watch them. If that's your guilty pleasure, then I say sign on to that. Love is Blind, all that good. Now I watch Love is Blind, y'all, but all that good stuff. I really think those are mental health tips. Find something that you love. Get out there in the sun. If it's a sunny day, get some of that natural light, that natural vitamin D. That's a big thing for me. So if I find that I'm having one of those bad days, I definitely try to go outside and take a walk. I'm a dog mom, so I walk the dogs, but purposely because I know I'm in a mood. So definitely tap into those. Do you have any suggestions?
No, not really. I'm a work in progress over here. No, I'm just playing. I think the biggest thing for me that I like to do is I really feed off of nature and the outside. So I'm not my best self if I don't get to go outside for a walk or even sit on the balcony. I think that if I could start my day out with a walk outside, it's not the same for me as a treadmill. So I think like being outside with nature and like God's best creation is like the best thing you can do for your grounding as well.
Yeah, I agree. So for the good stuff, go ahead.
Then okay, so we've been gone so long. I have my iPad here and trying to, finagle my way through this. And first thing that we didn't get to talk about in our last season was the Diddy mess. But before we go into Diddy, it's going to be very short because neither of us have all the details. That's the first thing. I don't think anyone has all the details at this point. So we're just making our way downtown. What they say, the pace is fast, and we're homebound here. So, but as
a lot of little quotes. I got a lot of little quotes today. You dropped like 3 quotes just now. Making our way downtown, we're homebound. Yeah, that was real good. Do you watch The Queen's Court?
No, I don't. I'm tired of everyone asking me about that.
Well, there's this guy on the Queen's Court, and every time Lisa Ray, y'all should watch the Queen's Court on Peacock. That is not an ad.
I keep thinking that's a fake show.
No, it's so good.
It's scripted.
It's so good, but every time she says something, he has like a quote. Like they just come right out. You just like,
really?
Yes, just like you just did. His name was David. You were giving me David vibes. But go ahead, I'm listening.
So as of October 2024, which is that now still? We're still in October. Halloween's not even here yet. Diddy is still a problem, guys. He's facing multiple charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. So his case, it says, involves allegations that he used influence to coerce women in drug-fueled exploitative. Is that how you say that? Okay. Sexual events involving male sex workers. And we all know what they were called, the freak-offs. I've been wanting to say that on the podcast for months now. Allegedly. All of this is alleged. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, September 16th, is supposed to be, he was arrested. And we fast forward a little bit. They did make his new court date to be sometime May next year, I believe. Did everybody catch that news? So that's just to catch y'all up. He's going to be going to court in May. Today, I also saw that he will, I think he got a couple more lawsuits, allegedly. We'll see. But go on, Tasha. You want to talk about Tampa Talk?
Well, I was going to say, if anyone has anything they want to talk about regarding Diddy, please put it out here. We are not doing a separate show about the diddler. It's not happening here. I preferably don't want to put him, I don't want to give him that platform. But if you want to say something about him, I do believe that he's going to jail. I do think that he's guilty of everything. But that's my personal thought process. I think that when you do bad things, it catches up to you. So my quote for the day is treat people correctly, and these things won't catch up to you. So yes, but if you do have something to say about the diddler, please leave it in the comments and we will talk about it there. What are your thoughts about the whole what's it called, the baby oil thing?
Well, what about it? What part? I mean, I think there are several things, because you told me that allegedly it possibly wasn't baby oil. Allegedly.
Well, allegedly, I read somewhere, okay, that it may have been a drug, a liquid drug, allegedly, correct.
Okay.
And so if it's a liquid drug, that's the case. It had to have been a liquid drug, because why would you keep all of that baby oil on hand? You can buy that at the store.
Some people need it. Well, he's having mass parties. He's not having a little get together here. He wasn't having get-togethers.
Oh, do you want to say the word again?
Freak offs, allegedly.
You know what's funny? They talk about it on the Hulu documentary.
Yes, I love how the news just says it so casually now, but there's so much emphasis on freak off. And the idea that we're sitting here in 2024 just on CNN talking about Diddy's freak offs is mind-blowing to me. Anybody talking about it in the chat?
No, they don't want to talk about the diddler. Moving right along.
They saying hey to each other. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Y'all really didn't or
you
not.
know, you guys could have reached out to each other without us, you know.
Well, some of them don't know each other. They're just friends on here.
That's true.
Here. Okay, so something that I've been keeping on tabs is Tampa Talk. Okay, first of all, I'm a TikTok girl.
No clue. First of all, wait, scratch. Y'all, my sister's obsessed with TikTok. She refers to things. Wow. Our mother is in the comments just really expressing herself about the diddler. But anywho.
Mom says he's trash. Nisi says he needed large supplies because he was having all these sex parties, allegedly.
Now the comments are coming in. Y'all delayed.
They had to get the thoughts together.
Now that is true. I did like the Love album. I thought that was the last album.
I remember my famous words, and you were like, "Did you listen to Diddy?" And I was like, "I don't really fool with him." And my discernment has been off in the past couple of years, but it's ever since probably about last year, it's been good. So I had some discernment in that. I knew that it wasn't a good. You don't know what those people had to go to make that album.
Well, they were very low-level artists.
I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine.
Someone said they were on Dirty Money. Well,
we don't even know who's on Dirty Money.
What?
Oh, they were on Dirty Money. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they said they were. Well, were you a part of any of the freak offs, sir?
They probably say that right here. This case is open.
Well,
we don't have that here.
We here. I want to know. He said it. He or she said it. Don't you know?
He, she, or they, or them.
Bring it out. So anyways, we'll go back. But my sister is obsessed. It's for those who just logged in. That's my sister over there. My sister is obsessed with TikTok. Like, wait till she's about to do a nosedive. So the things that she just is about to tell us, I knew nothing about.
I had a recording set and I had stuff to show y'all. I have forgotten my Apple ID, just so the world knows, and my MacBook password. I have a complete brain freeze. But You guys can do some research on the back end here and look for yourself what I'm about to tell you. So y'all know Milton came through. Milton came through like
the hurricane, guys.
He was tall, like love is blind. Milton had a tall order, and Milton took over Tampa and some other locations, Sarasota, I think, some heavy locations. He tore it down, and we were all invested. Those who weren't in Tampa and Florida, we were checking on these people. There was the kicker felt lady. The kicker felt lady. She was the lady that went on TikTok and was like, "I'm rich, beep, and I'm not going nowhere. My house is made out of commercial construction." So people started riding past her house. They was trying to see if it made it through the storm. That's Tampa Talk. Then there was Lieutenant Dan.
So it's called Tampa Talk because Tampa like took over TikTok. Is this what you're telling me?
Yeah. So there's Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan became famous on Tampa Talk. Lieutenant Dan is in a boat. He has one leg. And if you
see this.
Yeah, if you put it in Lieutenant Dan, there was a whole scandal with it. Some guy created a GoFundMe for it. The daughter gets on TikTok. She tells them that he has some drug abuse, things going on allegedly. And Lieutenant Dan is probably going to use this money now for bad because he's an abuser. And so she's like, now you guys have enabled him to be able to do this because he has all this money. And Lieutenant Dan made it through Milton, right in the ocean. He bunkered down. So we're happy about that. That's the Tampa Talk update.
Are we happy about that?
Yeah, we want Lieutenant Dan to make it.
Oh my God. Is anybody else hooked on TikTok like this? Like my sister? Yes, Lieutenant Dan.
That's right. That's where they got the name. I don't know what his name is.
He's not the original Lieutenant Dan.
That's not his real name. I saw, and he has quite a few mugshots.
Somebody used to call you Lieutenant Dan. Let's not go into that. But somebody used to call you Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, that's wow. That brought up some triggering emotions. Okay. Now, something else that's going viral on TikTok right now is Maxwell the cat.
Listen to this mess.
If you have heard of Maxwell the cat, drop a Max in the comment.
Nobody's heard of Maxwell the cat but you.
Be surprised. Let's see. Now, have you heard of Maxwell the cat? Yes. Okay, I'm not the only one. We know what Maxwell the cat is in this house. Maxwell the cat.
Ooh, that's a good one. What? Now that is something we should discuss. Is that on the list?
On the Mendez brothers. We can do that right after Maxwell because Maxwell and the Mendez brothers are about the same. Maxwell is in China, I think. Maybe.
Thank you, Toya. Thank you, Toya. Thank you, Toya. Thank you, siblings.
Who's she talking to? Who are y'all talking to? Okay, mind your business. Now, okay. I'm not up here saying nothing. Okay,
but at least the crazy part is the person you talk to responded, and y'all acting like we won't hear.
Y'all hear?
Yes.
Okay. So we have a co-host sometimes.
Apparently,
just like all our co-hosts, we have some co-hosts drop in every now and then. Now, back to the important part. Maxwell the cat, someone has put a GoPro on this cat. And Maxwell is a menace. Oh, and I want everyone to, after this show, get on TikTok and type in Maxwell the cat. I spent 25 minutes watching Maxwell tear up these kitties one by one. He was tearing them. Maxwell wanted all the smoke. He looked for the smoke. He found it. One cat was like, nah, you're not about to do this to me. I heard about you. And you can actually see the rumble and tumble.
And you watched it?
Yes, for about 25 minutes.
I'm glad don't nobody know who you work for. They're gonna be like, she must have been she had time on her hands. Was this why you were working?
I work from 8 to 4:30. Actually, it's not 8 to 4:30. It's 8 to 4.
Okay.
So I have a lot of work-life balance. Toya said the ghost in the closet has returned. Toya, I do not.
Anissa, please do not fall into this.
I rebuke that. Well, Danny, tell us the infatuation of kids wanting to see Magic Mike for Halloween. What? I don't have that tea yet.
Well, we'll have to look into that. Let's get into the Menendez brothers. Okay, Niecy says she did a deep dive on the Menendez brothers on TikTok. So I have not done that dive. Now, I don't deep dive on TikTok, I'm gonna be very honest. But I saw the original movie on Netflix, the original, like the movie where they have actors or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was disturbing, but it wasn't scary. It was just disturbing. And I was really surprised to find out that his father was supposedly a monster. I'm gonna
He
get back.
was.
Well, I mean, the question is, I was talking to someone was here and I can't remember who it was. And they were like, the problem was like the timing of when they said he did it. Like, get it? Like they said that they killed them, they killed their parents, and then like they got locked up, and then they dropped the bomb that the parents did all these things to them. So the question is, are they being truthful?
Well, that's not fair now.
It was a question. I didn't say I didn't believe them.
Okay, so because I think that we have to take a step back. We like to believe women. We like to say we believe you no matter how long it's been. Since you told us that John did this to you. So that's not fair to say that I don't think it's fair for us to be like,
well, okay, TikTok believes them. TikTok believes them. It doesn't even matter.
The Menendez boys.
Yes, they've created tons of TikTok videos.
That's why Kim Kardashian wants them. I don't know, but they should be out of jail, but she does want them out, I think.
Oh, really? Kim is on it.
She made a statement about it.
Yeah, and so then there was a documentary. So the documentary came to follow. The documentary,
they're guilty and they should not be released.
Well, there are people that are fighting pretty hard for them to be released, because they're saying that if they were molested, and that this was a reaction to them being molested. It completely is not, something that should have happened. So I think it's very interesting watching both of them too. And apparently I think it was Niecy said that there's a special on Peacock about it. So now I got to go watch that. I didn't see that one. So there's all these documentaries out. The one where there's an actor, and then there's one where the actual brothers get to like tell their story and how they feel. And then you get to watch the actual video too. You see like the videos of them in the courtroom. So I think it's very interesting, and very sad.
They show them in a different light in the actual one, the one you told me to watch.
Yeah, and his dad, their father was like a bigwig.
Yeah, like in production.
They don't talk about that much in the movie, so they make it seem like he's kind of top tier, and then he has like a lot of titles, and he owns a lot of companies, but they don't say what they do. You get what he does, but in the documentary, they break it down. Like he owned this, he owned that, many things. So I think
why he got away with.
Oh yeah, sure. And apparently per the documentary, a lot of people knew he was molesting them. A lot of family members knew.
I agree, Niecy. They should need to be released. They've served enough time. I think so too. If the girl that killed her mama got out, why they can't?
Who?
Oh,
my home girl. I can't think of her name.
What is her name? Gypsy.
Here we go again. Here we go.
Gypsy Rose.
You know who you remind me of? We're gonna rewind this back. We used to have a cast member, another cast member up here. Used to be 3 of us, y'all.
I don't remember her.
She used to do a lot of
the whole computer down right now. And then you're just the only co-host. You'll be the co and the host because I won't do it. That's about the shadiest thing you've ever said.
She would talk to her people at her house during the show like they was part of the show.
I'm getting assistance helping with the information.
You can text him. He can send you an SOS.
Check my Apple ID. Look, if I do that, now you're gone. You see what I'm dealing with here?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now go ahead. Why do I? Okay, that's why I remind you of her. That's fine.
Yeah, because she did a little sidebar to her. You know who? I mean, we're not gonna bring that up, but Well, while she's hey, Mike. While Danielle is doing research, because there are so many of you in here, this is a great time for everyone to share because someone can play this back. You see how that works.
Let's be real honest with the siblings. Because, you know, I'm always be honest with y'all. Sometimes y'all don't show up. And we've asked you to bring the potato salad.
Watch this.
Refreshments.
If you're watching, we need you to like or love this video.
Let's see how many people do that. Y'all can follow the directions. We'll be back in another week or so.
No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, Tasha has set the cage. Okay.
We're setting boundaries.
We're setting boundaries. And something that we've talked about in our book / Bible study last night, I thought it was really interesting that I want to share here with everyone. Boundaries are only preferences without consequences.
Ooh, that's deep.
Okay, I'll just let that sit right there. If anybody wants me to text that to them later, just let me know. Okay.
But speaking of that, thank you for those that already did what we've asked. But speaking of that, people don't realize the impact of social media because ain't nobody do what we had told y'all to do. But anywho, nonetheless, you don't really realize this impact of social media. I myself had shared something with someone, like on my story, just shared. Come to find out that person, it was from another business. So it was like I shared your post. Let's say you were looking to you were looking to bring someone into a program, and I shared what you were doing. Well, that person that saw something on my page ended up buying from you. And it cost me nothing to share my friend's post.
That's right.
So it costs nothing for you guys to just share it out there. We're getting the word out. We have decided that the sisters are going to go a little further and spread this sisterly love. So get in now before you see
before we blow up. Okay.
Yeah. So anyhow, enough about that. But welcome, y'all. We appreciate it.
Okay, now, what do you think about Pierce Morgan?
I don't know nothing about Pierce Morgan. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know what's going on.
You know anything about Jaguar Wright? I know Latoya probably do. She seemed like we on the same wavelength. Latoya, I know you know Jaguar Wright because y'all in that little battle thing. So y'all know music. Little battleground people. What's up?
Jaguar Wright has something to say about everybody in the industry. She somehow has an interview, a feedback, something to say. The question is she telling the truth?
Are you saying that about Gene Deal too?
Who is Gene Deal?
Where are my YouTube girlies at? Gene Deal is P. Diddy's old security guard. He's saying something every time there's another instance Gene Deal is on.
LT says she's over.
LT's over. See, but LT knew about it. Now, tell me, LT, why you're over. Because Jaguar Wright been talking so much that she made it to Pierce Morgan.
Dang.
Now, she made a good point. She went on Pierce Morgan. She went on this, I think it's The Dialogue. I'm not sure. Some YouTube channel. And she was like, they have a very huge vetting system. Pierce Morgan. So anybody that he lets on his show, you would think that they would have fact checked her, right?
Toya, what you talking about?
Oh, Love is Blind.
Oh, let's talk about that next.
I'm over Jaguar Wright. Is that why she's spilling the beans? Because she was blackballed?
See, that's why it's giving that.
It's giving
yes.
Bitter?
Yes, it's giving bitter. That's why I'm over it. How many times do we got to hear you talk about what happened?
I'm not gonna say what she thinks happened because then I can't go to jail. But I think, don't you think it's interesting that she made her way to Pierce Morgan? That's like CNN.
I do.
Somebody's taking her serious.
I do.
And I think it's interesting that Jay-Z and them they shut it down. They removed it. Like, if it's none of it's true or whatever the case may be, what if it's such a falsehood, then why remove it? She's been saying the same stuff. We have been consuming this media for years.
Facts. I never listened to her. I've never watched a full interview. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's why I think it's so interesting that when people who didn't, now that they have, because of the Pierce Morgan interview, it's reached another level of audience, which is why now that Jay-Z had to shut it down.
So what did he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
He told Pierce he had to take the thing down and apologize.
Really? I didn't hear that.
He made that white man apologize.
It seems like I hate to say this, but it's just like trash It's just it falls along the lines of like Bad Girls Club. Like that's how when I
What?
think Jaguar Wright, I think of like trashy.
Okay. I mean, one of
I,
her mentors is supposedly Cat Williams, so he's taught her, she said, a lot. I
so
don't.
we had quite a bit of talk about this. Lawanda said that I'm struggling to believe if this is her firsthand knowledge or if it's
I
secondhand.
agree with that. Yeah. I don't know either.
She comes across very bitter, Toya said, but she enjoys hearing her stories.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. It's entertainment.
But
Okay.
she
What else?
has some background for a lot of artists. So we do know that she's been in the room, right? She's been at the table.
Yeah.
But I guess, if it's a situation where if you keep saying things, people are going to believe you because they think you know. So whether it's true or not, we will probably never know that, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened to the Dirty Money person? Where they at? They
Um,
came in and came right on out.
right now. So yeah, there is Love is Blind. I'm extremely hooked. When's the new one come out? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Mhm. Love is Blind. I don't know if y'all have detail for that. For those that are just joining us, today is just a catch-up day. We're just catching up on what's been going on since we've been gone. We will be back next Tuesday. And these are also not next Tuesday, Tuesdays from now, whenever that is. Every other Tuesday, you'll find us here at 8 p.m. Huh?
Tuesday.
Yeah. So, but go right ahead. What you got?
Well, Love is Blind. You want to talk about Stephen?
Who is Steven?
The white Nigerian man.
Oh, tell us about him. I still don't know which one that was.
The one with the curly hair.
The one that was cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Love is Blind, y'all. There's a new season on Netflix. Y'all should tune in. Love is Blind, but it's based in DC. So my homegirl says she doesn't want to watch it because it triggers her because it's based in DC. She feel like all the DC people are the same. That's what she told me. I'm not gonna go there. We're not gonna release her name. So says she refuses to watch it, but it's actually really, really juicy.
It's very good.
Very, very good. I like the couples actually.
Who's your favorite? This looks like a FaceTime call. Feels very natural.
Who is my favorite? I don't know. I don't know if I like the couples. I take that back. Because you've given me all the background to all the couples, so I think that I've been tainted a bit because I already know what TikTok has told you. Who's your favorite?
TikTok will tell you. My favorite is the Asian girl. I think her name might be Taylor.
Yeah, they look like they might really like it.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna be the only ones. That's fine. One is good.
There's 3 black couples up there this year. I think that's
there's 2.5.
What? Well, one drop of black makes you black.
Okay, so. There's 3. But the one couple won't make it because he has 3 children, and he told her a little late in the game. The other couple's not going to make it because the girl really doesn't like him.
Which one?
Tim. His match does not like him.
Oh yeah, but I don't remember the ones that they look like siblings. For those who are watching,
Ramses.
I can't stand that couple. That couple, I just wish that was not a match. That's just not
a good match.
No, they're not
a good match. But they're not acting together.
That's great. They make a great picture, but they're not a good match. He doesn't believe in the military. She loves the military. She has faith issues. She has faith issu's.
I don't know. I mean,
it's not a faith issue for her because it's her personal belief. But he's spiritual. They've spiritual. They've in a different format, yes, but they've decided to disagree. But even her friends kind of look like, how did this happen? Is this gonna work? When they were talking about what they do, and her mom didn't even really like him.
Her mom was a monster.
Her mom was a monster. It was bad.
And she then asked people on TikTok and Instagram to stop being so mean. But she didn't. She should have asked her mom to stop being so mean at that dinner to that man.
Right. Toya said that she has pictures of everyone so that she can remember their names. Good, because Toya, I can't remember their names. Then y'all can spit their names right off. I can't. But there's one guy up there. he just sabotaged the whole thing. Like, right, what you said, Steven sabotaged it from the very, like, he was in somebody's DMs, he got caught, and he just, the way he just threw in the towel, she's like, you know, you were in some there in DMs, you were saying this. He's like, yes, I was completely wrong. I will pack up my things.
He was like, bye. Just said, okay, bye.
It was very, 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 very interesting. So if you have not caught up on Love is Blind, please do so we can talk about it, because that just might be a show. That's
Yeah,
a good
that'll
one.
be the next show, because then the reunion should be have been, the wedding should be next week, maybe this week.
And then we can kind of dig into it a little. I think we've done it before, but would you ever go on a show like that? What are the thought processes around the people that do go on the show? I think you said you would, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this age,
And I said I wouldn't. And
I think at
so
a certain age, why not? But like, if you're like Hannah or Haley, whatever her name is, the one girl that quit her job to go on the show, I think if you're her age, then you should not have, because she's like 23, 24. Like, you haven't even dated, really. You've only dated for what, 3 years
yeah, that's true.
as an adult? Like, you don't even know
You don't have enough friends or family. Who the
why.
hell would quit their job?
Because she know that, because she came on that show to like get a leg up. I think, you know, she
Okay.
lost all that weight. So I think
Yeah.
this is her new
Who's
career.
Leo? Toya said Leo. I don't know Leo.
Leo?
She said
What
I don't
about
want
Leo?
to
I don't want someone
because
to
of
dig
my
because
money.
of my money. Oh, Leo is gone. Leo was with Barbie.
Oh,
That's not,
yeah. He was
but
that weird one. He was
yeah,
that, yeah.
Leo was walking around with the Rolex and showing everybody this stuff. Yeah, I was sick of Leo too. The art dealer.
And you know, it could be a generational thing.
Yeah.
Like knowing whether or not you would go. I wouldn't go. But we're in the same generation, but I'm at the big end of that.
Well, to me, because it's kind of similar to like a dating app.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you don't know who's on the other end of that app.
Yeah, that's true.
You only have a certain amount of time to get to know the person before you decide to actually meet them in real life.
Yeah.
Still could be lying to you. Apparently on Love is Blind, you still can lie.
Yeah. But I mean, let's get real. That's real life.
Yeah.
You can live with somebody. You can be married to somebody, they can still be lying. So
yeah. I think like FaceTime and like video messaging has kind of cut out a lot of like catfishing. I don't know. But
I don't know. Catfish still has a whole show.
I know, I don't understand that, but it's like before my partner and I, we didn't see each other for 2 months. Wow. It was like Love is Blind. I didn't know if that man was real or not. I had no idea.
I'm not for it. I definitely couldn't do it.
It's a risk you gotta take.
It's a risk, and it like when you have to ask your. We're not gonna talk about it. Next,
we'll said if she was single, she would. Okay.
She would. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk? We don't have much to say about Kanye. Really quick about Kamala, and the black man.
Let's talk about how we pronounce her name.
Kamala, sorry.
No, it's not. It's something that I think someone stopped me this weekend and was like, "How do we pronounce her name?"
We could just call her Miss Harris, Madam Harris.
Call her Miss Harris, or think of the word comma. If you think of the word Kamala.
I usually say it right. I don't know.
It's fine. I'm glad you said it wrong so that we could create the segue of how to say it correctly.
Well, the bigger discussion here is why black men are not voting for her.
Just because she's a woman.
So you think it's because
nothing else? I'm sorry.
That's it.
I don't think. I think that it is sad, but that's the world we live in. I don't think that there are most of them. I don't think are informed enough about what is going on. How often did you watch the debate?
They're having gatherings here in Atlanta.
Like, me and you both are on the campaign trail, so we know how much the party is doing, right? And so I know that there are gatherings and parties.
So maybe it's not a real narrative. Maybe it's something that the media is pushing. Maybe black men are voting for her, and that we just.
It's possible. It doesn't pay me no, never mind. Because if you're going to vote, you're going to vote. And if you chose to vote for the latter, you were going to vote for him anyways. I'm not going to say his name on this screen. But if you chose to vote for the latter, you were going to say you were going to vote for him anyways. It really doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Your beliefs are your beliefs. I'm not really sure, but I do believe it's because she's a woman.
Okay. So our last topic, and then we'll go. I don't think we're gonna have time, but we'll touch on this one really quick. Glorilla's new album. Yeah, Glow.
Okay. Please, please don't do that.
Glorilla has a great new. She has a nice album. I haven't listened to it yet, but I did listen on TikTok. I've heard enough, and I am gonna play it. She has a song. The reason why I brought this up is because she has a song on her album called "Rain Down on Me" with Maverick City. I'm a Mad girl, and Kirk Franklin and Kiara Sheard. And so a lot of Christian TikTok, like Christian talk, that's a whole nother verse, realm. A lot of them out there are not happy, and I have been disgusted watching those TikToks.
Why are they not happy? Because it's hard.
Well, yeah, they're they're specifically unhappy with Maverick City. I guess they don't have no hope for Kirk Franklin. I don't know why they not persecuting him, but they're so unhappy with Maverick City.
Or doing the song with her.
Yeah, because they kind of had a little.
She is addicted. Mm-hmm.
She's addicted.
Toya said that you're addicted to TikTok. I was just agreeing. I apologize.
Toya, it sounds like we're on the same wavelength, so I don't know why I'm addicted. You know about all the same people that I know about. Yeah, thank you, Jalen. Basically, they're upset because Maverick City did the song with her. They're saying that Maverick City is like they're falling off into secular music. They're upset because they kind of said something about Dante Bowie. I think that's Dante Bowie. I think that's his name. I don't know. He's like a gospel singer that wasn't Maverick City, that was hanging out with Bad Bunny. And they was like, since you're hanging out with Bad Bunny, you got to get out. That wasn't right. I don't agree with that. And now they're here with Glorilla. But my thing is, people got to come to Jesus how they come to Jesus. Why does it matter how they get there? Isn't that fair?
It's TikTok. I didn't even know anything about this.
It's not TikTok. This is somebody's real world. This is like who doesn't deserve your friend, Nisi?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Toya says she's doing the dishes now. Okay, well, I'm glad she is. Somebody got to do them. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. You can definitely, if you're bored enough, I think that her album is good. It's good. I'm going to take a listen to it myself. And maybe it'll be a good album to like work out to. But I think that people shouldn't be so uptight, Christians specifically. It's not that serious.
It's not. I'm still here with you.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else. I think we're supposed to talk about some work stuff, but we only have 10 minutes left. So
yeah, I guess we should probably talk about the fact that we will not be running the show all the way to the hour any longer.
They don't know. They don't care.
They might care. You'd be surprised.
It's only 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. No worries.
The Wipe Me Down Flip is an amazing song. I agree, Jalen. It is an amazing. That's good music. That was really good.
I don't agree with any of this. I'm not a fan.
Why aren't you a fan of Glorilla? What's your issue?
I don't have no issue with it. I'm just not a fan. Can I just not be a fan?
It sounded like there was some judgment behind that, but that's fine.
There's definitely not no judgment behind it. I'm okay.
Wait, Sexy Red says she's Christian, but is facing backlash for her music. I don't know anything about Sexy Red or her music, but if she says she's a Christian, I love that relationship that she has with God, whatever that may look like for her. I do.
Well, Danielle, I think it's time for us to wrap this up.
Well, I don't have anything else. That's pretty much it. What, do you want to?
Well, I think this was a great return. Thank you so much for everyone that tuned in. Thank you for everyone that shared, liked, spent a little time with the sisters. We will come back next week with one topic. We also are accepting guests this season. So if you want to be on the show for some reason, you got a topic, you got something you want to talk about, maybe you want to highlight your business. We ain't really talked about doing that yet, but if you want to talk about business, we can definitely do that as well. Throw it by us. We'll decide whether we're going to approve it. We may not approve it. Okay. But
Now, y'all remember Sincere from a few seasons back? That was a bad ad.
but it's a good show to. It's a great show to play back, though.
That's a
It's
great show to
definitely.
play back, but it was a bad host. I mean, it was a bad guest.
It was my fault. I
I did not approve that.
I believed in them, but I'm probably not going to approve everyone this time around. But definitely reach out to us. We are more than willing and can't wait for you to join. Danielle, get us out of here.
All right. Well, that is a wrap for our episode. You guys know you can find us on all the major platforms. We still in the grocery store, but we are still on the outside of the house where all the good stuff is for your body. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, what else is it? Ebony Black.
iHeart.
Everywhere.
We're iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Chrome, you name it. You can find all 7 seasons on there. And you we have 7 seasons. There's 71 episodes.
That is amazing. That's a great accomplishment. Congratulations to you. Okay. All right, guys. Until next time. Hit in, Tasha. Bye.